In a village nestled between rolling hills and whispering forests, lived a girl named Elara. She wasn't like the other children. While they played games of chase and hide and seek, Elara would sit by her window, her gaze lost in the dance of the leaves, listening, not just with her ears, but with her whole being. She could hear the wind, not just its howls and murmurs, but its stories. The villagers found her odd. "There goes the wind talker," they'd whisper as she passed, her hair always a little wild, as if styled by a playful breeze. They didn't understand. To them, the wind was just weather, a force that chilled their bones in winter and offered relief in summer. But to Elara, it was a friend, a messenger, a timeless chronicler of the world. Her grandmother, a woman with eyes as deep as the forest and wrinkles that held 1,000 tales, was the only one who understood. "It's a gift, little one," she'd say, her voice as soft as a dandelion seed on the breeze. "The wind sees all. It carries the laughter of newborns, the sighs of the old, the secrets of the mountains, and the dreams of the stars. You just need to learn its language." And so, Elara learned. The north wind, brisk and sharp, spoke of icy peaks and the silent, patient strength of ancient glaciers. It told her of polar bears padding softly across snow and the brilliant, shimmering dance of the aurora. From its voice, she learned about resilience, about enduring the cold to witness breathtaking beauty. The west wind, warm and gentle, carried the scent of distant oceans and the taste of salt. It whispered tales of mighty ships with sails like clouds, of sailors navigating by the stars, and of undiscovered islands teeming with vibrant life. It taught her about adventure, about the courage to explore the unknown and the vastness of the world beyond her valley. The south wind, humid and full of life, smelled of rain-soaked earth and exotic flowers. It hummed with the rhythm of distant jungles, the chatter of monkeys, and the roar of hidden waterfalls. Its stories were about growth, passion, and the untamed, chaotic beauty of nature. Elara learned that life was a vibrant, sometimes messy, and always powerful force. And the east wind, melancholic and wise, carried the dust of ancient deserts and the scent of forgotten spices. It spoke in hushed tones of fallen empires, of sand-covered cities, and of the enduring cycle of time. It taught her about history, about loss, and about the wisdom that comes from accepting that everything changes, yet nothing is ever truly lost. One year, a great stillness fell upon the land. The wind vanished. The leaves on the trees hung limp and silent. The windmills creaked to a halt. A heavy, suffocating heat settled over the valley, and the crops began to wither. Fear, like a thick fog, crept into the hearts of the villagers. They prayed, they made offerings, but the air remained stagnant and dead. Desperate, they turned to the one person they had always shunned. They came to Elara's door, their faces etched with worry. "Please," the village elder pleaded, "you talk to the wind. Can you ask it to come back?" Elara looked at their anxious faces, not with triumph, but with compassion. She walked to the highest hill overlooking the valley, the one where the air was usually alive with currents. She closed her eyes and listened, not with her ears, but with her heart. The silence was profound, a void where there once was a symphony. She didn't shout or demand. She began to speak, her voice soft but clear, carrying on the still air. She spoke not to the wind, but for it. She told the stories it had shared with her. She spoke of the resilient polar bears of the north, the adventurous sailors of the west, the vibrant jungles of the south, and the ancient wisdom of the east. She recounted the wind's own history, its travels across continents and oceans, its role as the world's breath. She reminded the land of the wind's power and its gentleness, its songs and its secrets. She wasn't commanding it to return. She was creating a space for it, reminding the world of its absence, of the hole it had left behind. As she spoke, a single leaf on a nearby oak tree trembled. A faint whisper, barely audible, brushed against her cheek. It was a weak, tired sigh. It was the east wind, a mere phantom of its former self. It told her of a great sadness, a weariness from carrying the world's growing sorrows, its conflicts and its carelessness. The wind had become exhausted, its spirit broken. Elara understood. It wasn't just the wind that was tired. The world had stopped listening. People had become so consumed by their own noise that they could no longer hear the planet's heartbeat, carried on the breeze. Elara turned to the villagers gathered below. "The wind is not gone," she announced. "It is weary. It has carried our burdens for so long, and we have given it nothing in return. We must show it that we are listening again." She taught them what the wind had taught her. She taught them to feel the north wind's chill and remember their own strength. She taught them to smell the west wind's salt and dream of new possibilities. She taught them to listen to the south wind's rhythm and celebrate life. And she taught them to respect the east wind's silence and learn from the past. The villagers began to change. They started spending less time indoors and more time feeling the world around them. They planted trees not just for shade, but to give the wind a new set of leaves to dance with. They built chimes not just for decoration, but to create music with the breeze. They started telling their own stories, sharing them with each other and with the open air. Slowly, tentatively, the wind began to return. It started as a gentle caress, a murmur through the newly planted saplings. Then, it grew stronger, rustling the fields of grain, turning the windmills, and clearing the heavy air. A fresh, clean scent filled the valley. The wind didn't just blow again, it sang. And this time, everyone could hear it. They heard the stories Alara had always heard. The wind spoke of its gratitude, of feeling noticed and appreciated. It still carried the world's sorrows, but now it also carried the villagers' hopes, their newfound respect, and their songs. Alara was no longer the odd wind talker. She was their guide, their connection to the living, breathing world. She taught them that the wind isn't just air in motion. It's the planet's voice. It's a constant reminder that we are all part of a much larger story, a story that is always being written, carried, and whispered on the breeze. And if you stand on a hill on a blustery day, and you close your eyes and just listen, really listen, you might just hear it too. You might hear a story about a girl who taught her village not just how to talk to the wind, but how to listen to the world. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more tales that explore the magic hidden in our world. What stories does the wind tell you? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and keep listening.